We are at war with Iran. Israel has forced America into this war. We've attacked with Israel. Israel says that they've struck 500 sites within Iran. 57 young kids being killed already, at least. They struck an elementary school in the middle of Tehran, killed at least 57 kids. The full casualties might be about 63 people, 92 injured. They claim that they've killed the Ayatollah. The Iranians say that isn't true. Will Trump be held accountable? Will they use the War Powers Act? All those updates are coming up. Look, of course, when we get to showtime, which is at 6 o'clock Eastern every night, Monday through Friday, right? So Monday at 6, we'll have every piece of detail for you guys, and by that time, there'll probably be a lot more mayhem as well. But for now, let me give you all the updates I have, and they are a lot. A U.S. Navy base has been hit in Bahrain. It looks like, for the moment being, luckily, we didn't lose anyone yet. So Israel has also been hit, but barely. By one missile has gotten through. Of course, our bases are unprotected. Israel has Iron Dome. And no, I'm not talking about Mark Levin's head. And so they are very, very protected. Nevertheless, there's tons of articles about, are the Israelis okay? The poor guys started a war. I mean, the 57 dead girls in an elementary school in Tehran, not as big a deal. But they're like, oh my God, there's air sirens over Israel. I can't believe they started a war. And they're slightly nervous about it. Is Israel okay? I don't really care about whether Israel's okay or not because they started this war. And I've been told for the last 2 years by the Israelis, if you start a war, then it's everything after that is your fault. And if your country is annihilated and almost every building is destroyed and 100,000 people are killed, it's totally fine. You started the war. That's what I heard from Israel for the last 2 years. No problem in obliterating Gaza and the innocent civilians there because, hey, you started the war. I mean, the occupation doesn't count. The fact that we didn't get there for 6-7 hours, whatever, that was super weird, even though Israel's a tiny country. All right, put all that aside. We know what their ideology is. So now, of course, if you apply that to Israel, they'll say, how dare you? The Israelis are superior to everyone. We do not have the same standard. We do not have to follow international law. We don't have to abide by the rules of war crimes and genocide. And we can attack any country we want. And we demand 100% sympathy, no matter how many wars we start, and no matter how many of your congressmen we buy and your presidents that we buy. And of course, the Israeli lobby bought their way into this war. Everyone telling you otherwise is 100% lying to you. They have given to 94% of Congress when there's an enemy that they identify, whether it's Marjorie Taylor Greene or Thomas Massey. They spend millions of dollars trying to drive them out of Congress or on the left. Oh my God, the results there are unbelievable. They spent $19 million against Jamal Bowman, over $10 million against Cori Bush, $4 million against Nina Turner, Marie Newman, Andy Levin, you name it. Anyone who forget saying, don't give money to Israel anymore. But at that time, that wasn't even on the table, right? Guys like Andy Levin in Michigan, a Democratic congressman there, all he said was two-state solution. The Palestinians should also be free. They're like, eliminate him. No one is allowed to think Palestinians are human, and no one's allowed to dispute Israel. And that's what happened, guys. That is 100% what happened to drive us into this war. Okay, so now our Navy base got hit, totally unprotected. Iranians are not just striking back at Israel, but obviously they're trying to hit our bases because we attack them. I hope they are unsuccessful, but I am worried. I am worried that they're going to be successful at some point. So let me give you some updates on that. U.S. military facilities, including the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, have been hit. Ali Al Salam Air Base in Kuwait or targeted. El Dhafra Air Base in United Arab Emirates and the U.S. Fifth Fleet headquarters in Bahrain, and that one was hit. Israel, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia were also hit in the attacks on Saturday. If you're wondering, wait, why are they hitting these other Arab countries? Because A, that's where our bases are. So they want to try to get our troops because we're literally in the middle of killing them. And I'm going to show you about how we're bragging about how we might have killed their, most of their leadership already. So So of course, when you get into a war, they counterattack. And so that's what we're worried about. We're not like, I'm definitely worried about the people of Iran getting killed for no reason. I'm worried about war overall. I'm worried about deaths. I'm worried about the 57 girls that were killed. And by the way, now there are protests all across the world. We've got protests coming up here in America today. I'll talk about the congressional fight back, like a smidge of it in a second. In Pakistan, the Shia Muslims are all over the streets. Iran is basically the head of the Shia movement in Islam. That is one of the two main branches, and so they're furious about it. Bahrain's capital, Manama, was targeted this evening, and some of their buildings were hit because these are our so-called allies. And I say our so-called allies because they largely work for the Israelis. And that is why Iran is targeting them, because they're allowing strikes against Iran from those bases. And they're basically helping the Israelis attack Iran. So Iran is counter-striking. Um, and the Israelis say that a military base in Isfahan and that's a major city in central Iran, should be evacuated. They call it an industrial complex there because they're about to apparently obliterate that. There's a panic in Tehran. People are trying to leave, and of course the roads are clogged. And if because the Israelis have no bounds, they will hate your civilians without blinking. So that's what's happening in that regard, and that's why people are understandably super worried. So now let's get to the updates on the Iranian leaders. So uh, Khamenei is the Ayatollah, the Grand Ayatollah. He's the main leader of Iran. Israel's claiming that he has been killed. They said, quote, an Israeli official on Saturday that Khamenei is, quote, no longer with us. Okay. That it is unconfirmed. The foreign minister, Abbas Aragachi, has come out and said that is not true and that they are, quote, everything is fine. And then the second leader of Iran is the president, the Iranian president, Masoud Pezeshkian, and there are reports that he has been killed. But again, the foreign minister Aragachi says no, he has not been killed. There are reports that the defense minister has been killed, and the head of the Revolutionary Guard, but none of those are confirmed. And the most important one is the Ayatollah, and it is not confirmed that he is killed. And like I said, the foreign minister of Iran saying no, all of their leadership has survived. He said they lost 2 or 3 commanders, but that they're not worried about it, and they've already been replaced, and they're going forward. So, what's my analysis of where we are right now? My sense of it, guys, is that um, if we were looking for a quick decapitation strike, and we don't know if the Ayatollah and the other guys are dead, but even if they are, did the regime collapse? So far, it's really early, but so far, it does not look like it has collapsed. In fact, it's firing missiles as we speak. Now, how much damage can they do? We don't yet know. Good news is in the first round of missiles back and forth, there hasn't been too much damage yet to us or to Israel. Only one missile, like I said, got through in northern Israel, and someone is slightly hurt, but no one's been killed. And obviously, in our media, those lives are worth like 1,000 Iranian lives or 10,000 Iranian lives. The Iranian lives are a statistic. The Israeli lives are human beings that will all cry and cry and cry over, even though they started this war. Now let's go to I'll do super chats and people who join buttons below as much as I can during the live. Just a couple of quick more updates for you guys. First, independent conversations. If we ever get Democrats trifecta again, other than cutting off their weapons and money, do you think we need to finally make new treaties about Israel or laws to make them accountable, sanctions? So guys, number one, not another dollar to Israel. Okay. So you'd be crazy to give this, like, both. They're literally a genocidal government. They're also an empire in the middle of the Middle East. I mean, I've called them fascists before. If you want to pick a different name, pick a different name. But they are the ones starting the wars. They're the aggressive empire doing territorial expansion. Their goal is greater Israel. Their goal is decapitation of any Muslim country in the region that dares to defy them. Oh my God, if you want to help the Palestinians, which they've kept under lock and key for 58 brutal, oppressive years. 5.5 million Palestinians, they're like, that's it. We're going to call you a terrorist. We're going to murder your leaders. We're going to take over your countries. We're going to put in puppet leaders, and they're going to serve Israel. That has been the goal, and that has been what they did. That is why Iran is attacking UAE and Kuwait and Bahrain and Saudi Arabia and Jordan, because those are puppet governments for the Israelis. They've already been neutered. They already help Israel attack their fellow Muslims. Now, me, Muslim, Jewish, Christian, that's not for me. I'm atheist. And I think the fact that these religions hate each other, or some portions of them hate each other and kill each other is madness, utter madness. You should never hate anyone based on religion. But as usual, both sides, but in particular the Israeli side, says no, we have every right to hate them. We have every right to kill them. We have every right to take their land. But, can you believe they don't like us? Oh, they're all anti-Semites and had to be murdered by us, but I can't tell why they don't like us. Oh, come on. All right, now let's get back home and tell you about what's happening here. Of course, Tom Massey and Ro Khanna are asking for the War Powers Act. They want to vote on it in Congress. In our Constitution, the Congress authorizes war, not the president. This is a totally illegal, unconstitutional war. So there's only 2 guys in Congress. The rest of them I don't know what the hell they're doing. Are they a brunch? Of course, Ro Khanna and Massey are fighting for it. To be fair, Rand Paul in the Senate is also fighting for it. Yeah, well, Bernie Sanders, Chris Van Hollen, will they vote the right way and push to end the war, and it will vote against giving Trump this kind of authorization? Yes, right? Will the progressives in Congress vote against authorizing this vote? Yes, the ones that still saying that they're progressive. John Fetterman, of course, is the biggest advocate for war, the biggest advocate for Israel. He despises the idea of serving his own voters. When he was asked, yes, what does this vote have to do with Pennsylvania, with this war? He was like, Before, he was like, yeah, Israel, war, yeah, great. And then Drop Site News reporter asked him, how does this help the people in Pennsylvania? Nothing. Cold, dead, silent, other than his dumbass sling blade response. Okay, so what a traitor that guy is. A bunch of congressmen are attacking me today, like Representative Don Baker from Nebraska. He's like, oh, yeah, he's opposed to the war because he's among the top 10 anti-Semites, according to a pro-Israeli group who you should all bow your heads to. How dare you oppose this war? 80% of Americans oppose this war. And of course, Don Makin's like, who cares? He already got 1.3 million from AIPAC that we know of, let alone super PACs and dark money, etc. So he's like, I already got paid by Israel. So I'm going to call all you Americans, 8 out of 10 Americans, anti-Semites. You better go and die for Israel. Otherwise, you're an anti-Semite. Get the F out of here, man. We're all sick of that crap. So, hey, William Elmore, thank you, brother, for joining. Look, guys, this is honest news. You turn on television, you're going to get nothing but a load of crap. Oh, poor beloved Israel might slightly be hit. It's all Iran's fault. They're all terrorists, and America had to do this. Oh, let's bring on a corrupt politician from the right. Let's bring on a corrupt politician from the left and tell us how evil Iran is and why we had to kill them and murder them and kill their kids. Oh, yeah, we had to kill all their leaders. We didn't have to do any of that. None of us want this. 8 out of 10 Americans don't want this. So what are you going to do? Not another dollar.com. And what that means is, to answer the question from earlier, if anyone takes $1 from the Israeli lobby, never vote for them, because they're literally raising their hand and go, I will represent Israel and not you. What kind of schmuck votes for that? By the way, this is like the most obvious bare minimum ask, right? Go into your own primary so you don't have to cross parties. So you neuter that mainstream media trick of, oh, are you a Democrat going to vote for a Republican? Are you a Republican going to vote for a Democrat? Oh, you're a traitor. You better vote for Israel instead, right? No. Go into your own primaries. There's plenty of people there that are opposed to the incumbents. Vote out almost all the incumbents, unless you're absolutely positive they're not taking $1 from Israel. They're actually representing you and they're honest. You're going to drag us in a war? We're going to lose kids? We're going to lose billions. And last time we lost trillions of dollars for Israel. No, you take one more dollar and you're a goner. Okay. And you have the temerity to give another dollar of ours to Israel to start more wars. You're a goner. And are we going to get all of America to vote out all the incumbents? Well, that would be a dream. When the media tells you, oh, they're so experienced, you have to vote for the experience. They're experienced in kneeling before Israel and before big pharma and big oil and defense contractors. Their main experience is in being prostitutes for the donors. And that is unmitigated. It's not a hyperbole. They literally take money from we can't negotiate drug prices. We're the only country in the world. The leaders of the free market have no free market. You can't negotiate. Why? It's not just Republicans. The Democratic politicians are also corrupt. That's why even when the Democrats are in charge, we can't get rid of that provision. When the Republicans are in charge, we can't get rid of that provision. Do you know that, again, reports out that Hakeem Jeffries, known as Aipak Shakur, the so-called leader of the Democrats in the House, is funneling Israeli lobby money to Democratic candidates behind the scenes so they're not caught getting money from AIPAC, but that they actually serve Israel anyway. So where are the Democrats? I see Ro Khanna. Other than Ro Khanna, they should be all over television. They should be all over all the online media. They should be calling us and Rogan and Tim Dillon and going, oh my God, I got to get on there to oppose the war. I got to get the message out to oppose the war. I can't see a single Democrat. Where the hell are you? Where the hell are you? We're out here 24/7 trying to represent the actual voters. But our so-called representatives, nowhere to be found. Like a couple of people are like mildly, oh, well, I don't want to upset mainstream media too much. I need to get positive coverage. And if I'm against Israel's wars, I won't get positive coverage. I need positive coverage. Oh, mainstream media, look at me. I'm a star. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. And those are the theoretical good guys. Then you get to the corporate Democrats, which is 90% of the Democratic Party. They're still like eating the AIPAC money. Yeah. And they all these politicians, vote all the bums out. Vote all the bums. And Republicans, they're other than Rand Paul and Tom Massey, they are all on their knees. All on their knees. Saying, we demand that you go to war. The patriotic thing to do is to fight Israel's wars for them. No, it's not. When those kids if any of our guys get hurt, which is like with all these bombs, it's nearly imminent that's going to happen, let alone if this is going to drag out. And yes, by the way, Wolf Blitzer and others reporting this will be at least a multi-week campaign, maybe a multi-month campaign. So we're at the very, very beginning of it, guys. It's going to get much worse. There's going to be a lot more back and forth, and we don't know the kind of firepower Iran has reserved. We don't know how much they got from China. We don't know if they'll be able to break through the Iron Dome defenses. We don't know if they'll be able to reach any of our ships. That's what I'm so worried about. So will they actually do the war powers resolution? Who knows? They're all corrupt. The only reason they do it is to mollify their voters, but they'd only want to appease you because they're dogs. Like 94% of Congress gets money from the Israeli lobby. This is a joke. If you're watching like mainstream media or you're reading New York Times or Washington Post, you'd have no idea that Israel bought 94% of Congress and that they're the top donor to Trump and Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer and Mike Johnson and Joe Biden. They gave $5 million to Kamala Harris in the middle of that campaign. You'd have no idea why we're going to this war. You'd be like, there's no American interest. We already destroyed their nuclear facilities. They already said in the negotiations they'd give up their entire uranium stockpile. Their ballistic missiles can't reach us. The proxy groups have nothing to do with us. But no, we're told by mainstream media, no, American interest. This is very important for America. No, it's not at all important for America. All it's going to do is waste our money and our treasure. The only people it's important for is the regime change maniacs in Israel. No, we have to destroy all of the Middle East. Otherwise, we don't feel safe. We don't feel safe unless all of our neighbors are neutered and they have no defenses. No, forget nukes, forget our fake weapons of mass destruction evidence we keep shoving down your throat. And the media is like, oh, fake intelligence from Israel. Oh, yummy for my tummy. And the politicians are like, yes, fake intelligence, weapons of mass destruction, nuclear enrichment. Oh, it could be a mushroom. It's the same exact playbook. Utter nonsense, garbage. But now, because of online media, and thank you to everybody who's joined and a member and allows us to do this show, because they're trying to cancel us 200 times over the last 2 years. The only reason they can't cancel us is because of you guys. You keep joining, you keep doing super chats, you keep doing all this stuff, and it's driving them crazy. Why can't we shut up Cenk Uygur? Why can't we shut up Anna Kasparian? New York Times with another attack last night. So, in an article about, oh, Israel first has done too many anti-Semitic attacks, but Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks, what a terrible anti-Semite! Everybody cancel her. Hey, idiot, Michelle Goldberg, your whole stupid article was about don't do that, and at the end you turn around and you're like, everyone is an anti-Semite. So why'd you write the article? They're all pretending. They're all pretending. They all want you to serve Israel. Oh yeah. Oh, I am controlled opposition. Oh no, you shouldn't call people anti-Semites, but watch me do it right now. I bet they don't notice at all because I work for the New York Times and we're objective. Yeah, sure you are. Okay, did you tell them that we're 94% of Congress is bought? No, you didn't, did you? Did you tell them that are doing this because every politician is getting literally millions of dollars? Almost every politician is getting millions of dollars from AIPAC and the Israeli lobby. No, shh, it's anti-Semitic to tell people the truth. They should die for Israel without knowing why they died. They should spend $8 trillion on the global war on terror. That's the global war on Israel's enemies. And we should trick the American people and not have them find out. Well, too late. We found out. We found out. Marjorie Taylor Greene fighting back against the war, saying it's a terrible idea. Tucker Carlson saying that it is disgusting and evil. Those are super strong words from people who used to be the top allies of Donald Trump. But look, when you betray the country and you say, no, I ran on anti-war, but all I'm going to do is war, 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 war. I ran on America first, but all I'm going to do is Israel, 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 Israel. Well, that's what you get. So there'll be a lot more updates, guys. Bombs flying all over the Middle East. So far, most of the casualties, of course, are innocent Iranian civilians. And remember the lie they told you. We're doing this to help the Iranian people. Oh my God, the regime is oppressing the Iranian people. That's why we have to murder 57 girls in an elementary school to help the Iranians. Yeah, beware of Israelis bearing gifts. If they come to you with, oh, we have amazing intelligence. Now, don't look where it came from and don't look if it's fake. Oh, is it against our number one enemy? Is it going to drive you into war? Oh, here's our present to you. Look at how much Israel does for you. We give you all this fake intelligence so you'll attack our enemies. Oh, we're so nice. We're such a great ally to you. Go to war, America. Otherwise, you're all anti-Semites and you owe us. Okay. So more. While you're at tyt.com/campaigns, okay, you'll see a bunch of our petitions there, including returning the alleged child rapist Israeli government official who we gave a one-way ticket back to Israel for. But also, most importantly here, a petition to vote out anyone who votes for this war. So when the war power, if they vote on the War Powers Resolution Act, as Kana and Massey and Rand Paul are demanding, well, then if you vote for war, you vote for uh, what you said you weren't going to do, again, consequences. And our consequences we're not monsters like them. Our consequences are not physical. They're not violent. They're not any of that. Okay. We're a peaceful movement. If anyone doesn't believe in peace, this is not the movement for you. And in fact, that means they're someone who is an infiltrator. Okay. We never do violence. But what we do is consequences, political consequences. Vote out all of them. If you vote out 20% of Congress, it'll be the most spectacular display of democracy that has ever happened. The only reason not to do it is because media keeps telling you to vote for the incumbents, vote for the dirty, experienced, corrupt politicians. When you hear experience, you should think corrupt. Experience in taking millions of dollars in bribes and selling us out to every corporation and every foreign government. Vote against that so-called experience. Vote out all the bums. And you really, really can do it, guys. Let's wipe out 20% of Congress politically. OperationConsequences.com. That's the consequences. OperationConsequences.com. Vote out all the bums. Like, if you take out 20% of Congress, they'll be, oh, no. We meant to serve Americans. We're so sorry. We don't want to lose our power. Oh, Israel, please bribe me later. I'll take bribes from drug companies and oil companies. Israel, I'll get back to you. I'm so sorry. I want to take your bribes later, but I'm about to lose my job. I'm going to lose my power. The American people have woken up. So come on, wake up, America. Wake up. Stop serving this foreign country. Let's get out. Last thing. Let's get out of this war. Let's go. Hey, Israel wanted us to start a war. We started it. Come on. Let's go. Pack them up. Nobody got killed so far. Great. Mission accomplished. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. It was not authorized. It's illegal. 80% of Americans don't want it. Let Israel fight the rest of the war. And you know what will happen now that I've proposed that? They'll cry and cry. They'll say, it's anti-Semitic to let us fight a war that we started. No, you have to die for us. You have to fight for us. You have to spend all your money for us. Well, brother, you wanted the war. Okay, we've bombed them twice. What else you want from us? No, that's it. We're out. Okay, imagine. And then the tears all over television. Oh, you can't leave Israel. Oh, we just wanted to murder them and have no consequences. No, don't make us fight a war we started. Yeah, let them go. Let them fight the goddamn war they wanted. I hate it. I don't want them to fight it either. I don't want either side to get hurt. But if you're so gung-ho on your war, take your goddamn war and leave us out of it. Get out of there. Get out, get out, get out. And if any politician on the right or the left is telling you, no, we have to stay and die for Israel, they're betraying you. They're betraying this country. So those are facts. That's reality. Keep turning into the Young Turks, and they're never going to be able to shut us up as long as you guys support us. And we're going to constantly tell you the truth. 8 out of 10 Americans are against this war. Our Congress is bought. This war has nothing to do with us. And now look at all these casualties. And now that's on our moral ledger. That's a stain on America. It's disgusting. It disgusts me. And look at that. Of course, the guys with the Israeli flags in the comment section laughing like, it's so funny. We're murderers. We're going to murder more people. We're going to make America fight our wars for us. It's so funny. Rub it into your face. Americans, there's nothing you can do. We have 94% of your Congress. And your media doesn't cover the news. It covers up the news. Your national media, if you dare criticize us, they'll say you're the bad guy. We're not the bad guy for starting the war. We're not the bad guy for killing 57 girls in the middle of the morning. You're the bad guys for complaining about it. Hey, Jake Tapper, Dana Bash, everybody go. Call all America's anti-Semites. Call them all anti-Semites and don't let them raise their head. Well, we're going to raise our head. Thank you, guys. All right. Last shout out goes to the Pelvics. Thanks for joining, guys. Love you guys. Monday at 6 o'clock, and I'll try to give you updates throughout the weekends on this terrible, disastrous, needless war.